How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to another video with Howie. That's me. I'm Howie from Howie Games. Everybody's excited now because it's me. Look at these arms. Look at these guns. Yeah. Now that I'm done being a thick boy, I am going to California this week to go see a bunch of reptiles. My wife is very much excited for the reptiles and stuff, so I go away. That means that I don't have a new video planned for this weekend, so I'm throwing something together real quick right now. I, have totally original ideas, so we're back to story time with Howie. Everybody likes story time with Howie. Yeah, I haven't done one of these in like 2 years, but that's okay. But yeah, I just thought a little quick video for the weekend would be kind of fun. So what is story time today with Howie today? It's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever explained about where Aaron and me met, where we came from. Why am I friends with Aaron? You guys all know Aaron from Arresting Normality. He's our gracious host who tries to keep things on track and inevitably fails, and that's the whole shtick. But why are we good friends? What are we doing with Howie, and why does he touch me like that? Well, sit right down over there. I like to tell a story, so sit right there. How Howie and Aaron both got long hair. Way back in the day, Aaron and Travis didn't know each other. Howie. Who's Travis? Howie actually had just come back from being exiled to Utah with all the Mormons because he was kicked out of his mom's house. That's another story for another time. Cody actually knew Howie from before Aaron, even. Cody and me have known each other for entirely too long. Cody probably doesn't remember, though, because he has CTE. Cody was who introduced me and Aaron. I guess they went to elementary school together. They've known each other for a long time. Like, pretty much they popped out of the womb and went over to the nursery, and they were sitting there chilling and goes, "Hey, sup? My name's Cody." And then the other one was like, "My name's Aaron." That was it. They've been friends ever since. But me, I was introduced to Aaron by Cody when I came back from exile, because Cody, I don't really even remember how it happened, because I didn't stay in contact with Cody while I was gone. And I was gone for the better part of 2 years in Utah. Yeah. And all of a sudden I showed back up in Nevada, and there's Cody, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I know you." And he's like, "I know you too. Let me introduce you to a friend." I'm like, "I do this." So he comes back and introduces me to this long-haired man who was super duper goofy. Let me tell you, I've met some people in my lifetime, and I don't think anybody has been as animated or energetic as Aaron meeting him for the first time. He bounces up. It's like, "I'm Aaron." And the very first thing I said to him, and I quote, and Aaron and Cody will both confirm this, the very first thing is I looked him square in the eye and I said, "I don't like you." That is actually a true story. And I don't know how you recover from that, because that was a dickhead thing to say. Whether it was true or not, you don't do that. But I was an edgy teenager, being all like, "I'm cooler than you, Aaron, with your weird hair." Turns out that wasn't true. He just was like, "Oh, okay." I remember that was it for a while. Honestly, Cody laughed and thought it was funny, because that's how Cody do. Eventually, I think me and Aaron just started hanging out with Cody, but then we started hanging out separately, which was odd. We figured out that Aaron liked music, and so I went over to his house one day, and he showed me all sorts of guitars that he had, and I think he could play a little bit of Metallica at the time, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, "Wow, dude, you can play Metallica, whoa!" And I think he knew one System of a Down song. I think he could play the intro to Aerials, was what it was. We just kind of started hanging out from after that, and just kind of casually. It was really awkward at first. I remember it was kind of hard to, and this is, if Aaron's watching, I'm sorry. The first couple times hanging out with him, I was like, I don't know how to behave around this guy. He's kind of weird. And I just didn't know what to do, so I just let him show me all his things. He loved showing me things. He'd show me his room, his PlayStation, all this good stuff. And we just kind of hit it off from there, and we got to be really good friends. And he used to drive this Supra. It was this old red Supra. I'm going to see if I can show you a picture of it. It got to the point where when we would go to school, he'd pick me up for school, and we'd head to school and do that. And I think we were chilling in his car one day, and I just started humming along to, I think, one of the System of a Down songs, honestly. And he's like, "Hey, you don't sound bad singing." I'm like, "Yeah?" And he's like, "Let's start a band." Or I think he already had part of a band started. I want to say Sean Fuqua was the bassist, yeah. And I was like, all right. And from there, holy shit, we started a band. It was the oddest experience ever. I was not very good, but he said that I had good tone, and that made my head swell to the point of exploding. And that caused a whole chain reaction of me thinking I could sing when I actually couldn't. For the longest time, I couldn't really sing, and it took me forever. And eventually I learned and got pretty decent. But holy shit, that caused Aaron to have a whole lot of PTSD from trying to teach me how to sing. And he won't teach anybody anything ever again. He learned his lesson from that. Yes, he did. We went on, and Aaron introduced me to a whole spectrum of new music, which was really cool. He introduced me to Avenged Sevenfold. He introduced me to Dream Theater. He introduced me to Periphery. He introduced me to, I think he was the one that showed me Mudvayne. I can't remember if he did or not. But like all these different bands and metal just blew my mind, especially Avenged Sevenfold. Avenged Sevenfold became so influential in my style of singing and everything like that. It was insane. So me and Aaron started becoming really good friends, and he introduced me to Corey, as you guys know. I don't think I've ever had Corey on the channel, but he was our other guitarist who's insanely good. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll probably link it down below if I remember. I think the first time that I met Corey was quite a different reaction from Aaron. I think I just walked up and gave him a hug. Like, Corey was like, or Aaron was like, Corey, this is Travis. Travis, this is Howie, not Travis. And I just walked up and hugged him, and he was like, okay. And I remember back then, Corey had short hair. It was insane. He was a cute little kid. Not in a creepy way, though. So from there, we went on to have a bunch of crazy adventures. We played so many shows that we were terrible at. And we started getting good at them, and it was so great. I remember one time we played a show in Pahrump at the community center where we had a guy get a concussion and somebody's nipple got ripped off. That's how insane it got. We opened up with Sugar from System of a Down. During that song, yeah, somebody got a concussion and their nipple came off of their body. I think they had a nipple ring, and in the mosh pit it just went. So that's kind of where me and Aaron came from a little bit. We went on so many adventures. We went down to California and hung out there. I got really high and thought I was going to die. That was crazy. And another good time with me and Aaron was when we ran over Corey's fence in a parked car. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. So what happened with that was Corey, me, and Aaron liked fucking with our bassist Levi, right? And our bassist Levi was sitting in my car. I think he was smoking a cigarette or something like that, just trying to get away from us because we're incredibly fucking irritating. And we didn't want him to be alone. So what we did is Corey opened the door and jumped in, and I think he was in the driver's seat, and it was in my 93 VW Fox. I'll show a picture of that. There it is. Corey jumped on his lap, right, and was sitting there, like, holding his face going, Levi, look at me. Look at me, Levi. And while he did that, I unrolled the window and crawled headfirst through the window, so my head was in the window, and my feet were sticking out of the window, and I was on his lap hugging him, going, Levi, Levi. And then Aaron thought it was a good idea I can't remember if he was on the trunk of the car or if he actually got on the roof of the car. He got onto the car and started jumping up and down, right? While we were doing this, Levi was like, God damn it, please leave me alone. This jumping motion caused my car, which was a manual, to get shifted out of park and into neutral. And the driveway was on quite an angle, right? So Aaron is jumping up and down on the car. My feet are still hanging out of the car. Corey is on Levi's lap, and Levi is pinned, right? From that point, the car starts to roll down this driveway. We realized we were in a predicament because I was pinning Levi's feet down so he couldn't push the brakes, and so was Corey, and I was in head first, so I was trying to crawl down to where the brakes are to hit him with my hand, and Aaron actually is still jumping up and down on the roof of the car while it's starting to go. I think he realized a little too late that the car was moving because he jumped up and like tried to stop it himself. Didn't work. So we started hauling ass down this guy's driveway because, like I said, it's a pretty decent angle, and fucking run over his parents' fence, like flattened it with my car, just kapoom. Would I have loved to have been a fly on the wall to see that when the car started rolling? There's this guy jumping up and down on the car, and there's feet sticking out of the car. This thing's fucking rolling down backwards. There's no stopping it. No stopping it. That's a little bit more of me and Aaron antics. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of fun to tell you why me and Aaron hang out. Fun fact, even at his wedding to his wife, Jessica, that he is now married to, and she is a very nice lady, I sang I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Aerosmith, and he danced to it. Yeah. And it was good. He was like, yeah. And everybody was like, yeah. It was kind of awkward when we got to the high-pitched screaming parts, but hey, we won't get into that. Another part of that, Corey was actually playing guitar for that, and we had his dad, Greg, playing guitar with us, and some guy playing drums. And it was a funny fucking thing, because I finish up the vocals, and they go into the end of the song, and the plan is because this was during the first dance, to let Corey solo a little bit and kind of have a cool little outro, and then be done. But Corey, like, got to the point where he was finishing the solo, and the drummer's just still going. He's doing his thing. That's how you drum to I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, is just like that. He just wouldn't stop. He wouldn't fucking stop. And Corey's, like, giving him cues, like, going... And I have a video of this. I wish it's on my other phone that's broken. I have to get it off of there. But you can see Aaron start laughing because he realizes what's going on, and they just can't stop dancing because Corey can't get this guy to end the fucking song, and he's giving him cues like dun, you know, and this guy's still going. That dance lasted for like, I shit you not, it was like 10-11 minutes, and that song is not that long. He just wouldn't stop. It was insane. So yeah, this has been Story Time with Howie. Now you know where Aaron came from and why he liked to be with Howie. Aaron's a great guy. He's been one of my best friends for a long time. And even though he consistently calls me fat, I still love him. Even though he calls me fat. All the time. I'm not that fat. We know a lot fatter people, Aaron. Fuck you, but I love you. Any which way, you guys have a good one. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos with other people because my new viewer portion is like 5%. I appreciate you guys watching anyway, because like 90% of my views come from subscribers. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, kisses. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.